This is the silver 1 year overview reading for the year of 2025. It's currently November 19th, 2024, 9:08 p.m. Eastern Time. Silver at the time of this reading is $31.15 USD. That's per ounce of silver. And the silver 2025 reading was created on October 3rd, 2024 at 5:11 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're lucky enough to be watching this video before Black Friday, the Black Friday deals are already running. You don't have to wait till Black Friday. These are the best deals we've ever offered by a landslide, my friends. Everything's cut in half or more just about. The Black Friday deal ends on Cyber Monday. In this video, we're going to cover the overall theme and chart behavior for silver in the year of 2025. We're going to talk about what the chart will look like around the year's highest high and the year's lowest low. We're going to review the silver 2024 reading to see what our accuracy was like. We're going to give you the quarter by quarter chart behavior with the peaks and the troughs for each quarter. And then we're going to go and review the 2024 silver prediction for accuracy, followed by coming back and we'll give you one of the best trades that we see for the year of 2025. So stay tuned for that very end. It's also important, if you're new to the channel, to understand that these 1 year readings, the sequence of events is what we're predicting. The timing is usually right on point, like within the 2 week period, right? Or even a week period. But there are cases where you'll need to give it the timing plus or minus 2 weeks of wiggle room. In a bad reading, maybe even like plus or minus a month. That doesn't happen very often, but it's something to be mindful of. Majority of the timing is just going to be right on point. So, just be careful, guys. And really the best way to trade this information is utilizing the total access subscription, where you get the live Discord trade alerts and live updated trading view charts where we actually draw in the entry and the exits ahead of time. All of that stuff is part of the total access subscription. I'll show you how to get that at the very end of the video. So stay tuned for that. The overall theme and behavior for the year of 2025, we have a notable rally on a multi-year scale that's going to offer opportunity to close out of long positions and open up short positions on a multi-year scale. It's crossed with an important range that's highlighted again on a multi-year scale. Usually when you see the oppression card in this significant type of a position, it's indicating that we're bound within a range. And then behavior around the highest high, we've got a brief peak at the highest high for the year, followed by a decline that's through multiple support levels. That brief peak's easily missed. Behavior around the lowest low, we have a notable decline into the lowest low, followed by a rally along a diagonal trend line out of it, along a diagonal trend line breaking through horizontal resistance and another resistance, and then it pulls back to somewhere between those two price levels. All of this again on the scale of a 1 year chart unless otherwise specified. Now we're going to get into the week by week chart behavior and give you the peaks and troughs for each quarter, but followed by one of the best trades that we see. But before we do that, let's take a look at 2024 and see how we did. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. And we do that by following through on the rule of karma, which is a threefold agreement between the universe and anybody utilizing this information for personal gain. There's nothing wrong with utilizing this for personal gain as long as you're simultaneously helping other people to use this. So let's make sure that we follow through on the rule of karma. And the way that we do that, we go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, click on resources, and then 5% of any profits from information in this channel should be donated forward to a charity. And you can utilize one of these links right here. It's super easy, just click and donate. Or if you've got a charity of your choosing, that's cool too. Just make sure you pay it forward. That keeps the flow of abundance going through the universe, and it effectively transmutes competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. Imagine if everybody was doing that, how much better the world would be. And then 5% of the profit should be donated forward to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use this app Wise, it's very reliable, or you can use crypto. If you click on the crypto tab, you've got all of these different QR codes. You can donate in a bunch of different cryptos. Really great way to help out the channel. It's the right thing to do. It keeps it interesting, especially because I don't get to trade that often because it takes so much time just to do this information. So this keeps it interesting. It's a way to say thank you. All of that leaves you with 90%, way more than a stockbroker would leave you with. Make sure to spend that money out of love. That's the third fold of the threefold agreement, the rule of karma. As long as you follow those rules, the universe considers you an angel investor of the channel. It's going to set it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get back into it. All right, well, so right here is an example of what I mean by live updated trading view chart links. So our silver, anybody who's got our total access subscription has the link right here as part of, it'll be pinned to the Discord channel for silver. So they've got live Discord trade alerts, and they've got, they saw all of these entry and exits. We actually draw on the chart, like this was an entry for a long, exit for long, exit for long. You can see how we came within these price ranges. And if you're wondering, the 2024 shuffle file for the silver was created on August 24th, 2023 at 11:14 p.m. That's over a year ago, guys. That's 15 months ago. We posted this, we created this video and predicted these things, guys. So that's a testament to SM meta-analysis. In January, we have a rally that ends that's all the way to decline through key support. This is everything is going to be on a 1 year chart scale unless otherwise indicated. There's a peak and a trough in early January that are important on a 1 year chart scale. We go from a peak probably into sideways rotation, and then probably a drop into the cusp of January, February, notable drop or sideways fluctuating decline. When we see sideways rotation along key support on a 1 year chart scale, that's where we probably have the decline ending with a fast sudden move higher. taking us into a prominent peak on a 1-year chart scale. Again, probably not quite as high as the January highs, but still pretty notably. The February high is reached when we have a significant move reaching for distant resistance, i.e. not the nearest critical resistance, but at least the next one. The later part of February, we have a rally into key resistance followed by a decline with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. The February low, it appears within close time proximity to both a prominent peak and a prominent trough on a 1-year chart scale, and likely the behavior will be like there'll be a resistance level on a 1-year chart scale that we decline from near the February low or into the February low, and then we probably return to that resistance at least once. Should be a pretty significant move to the upside in the early part of March. So notable move to the upside, probably even like a breakout there on the cusp of January, February. We should see sideways rotation, then notable move higher. Significant move to the upside into the March high. Usually that's like a gap up or out of oversold territory, big move to the upside. We should see like 3 pokes through the same price level and a sharp drop there off of the 3rd poke of the March high. The March low, ace of discs, indicating an important support level on a 1-year chart scale minimum. Usually there's a lot of price change into and or out of it. And we have a prominent trough there on a 1-year chart scale as well. Unexpected move to the upside in the later part of March, taking us to a peak right at the last few days of March. We have erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level in early April. We usually revisit a crest within that erratic behavior. Magus card in the April low, significator position, indicating a sharp drop into the low and a significant trade opportunity. I'll talk about more detail in the total access version of this video. The later part of April, we have a rally that increases with the momentum moving forward in time, also offering opportunity to open up a short or close along. The April high, we should see significant sideways rotation near the April high, and likely a full card opportunity there as well. Early May, we have a sideways fluctuating rally that precedes a decline opportunity there. Trade opportunity I'll talk about in the total access subscription. Near the May high, we have a significant trough. There's a pop and drop off of the May low, most likely May low taking place in like the end of the 2nd or the beginning of the 1st week of May. And then it looks like we have like a moment in the later part of May where we break through key resistance, we stay above it briefly, and then we break back down through it shortly thereafter. Usually the abundance card is like a new all-time high, or if it's not in a position to do that, usually what it is like a new high after we've just made like significant lows, like indicating a possible reversal of some kind, to the upside. And there's likely a notable move to the upside or a peak towards the end of May. Sharp decline through multiple support levels in early June. We likely see the June high more than once. Either that or it's like a high with a decline and then a return back to another high, but not quite as high, followed by another decline to a lower price level. It's like a sideways ask, either sideways, horizontal, or slightly to the downside for the June high. Notable reversal in late June. Also, we should see that important range on a multi-year scale highlighted there in the later part of June. And it looks like at the June low offering opportunity to open up a long position in the midst of a significant decline. Again, I'll look at that in more detail in the total access version of this video. In early July, we've got a prominent peak and a prominent trough, bearish price swings and or a sharp drop, and then a prominent peak on a 1-year chart scale for the July high, which will form near overbought territory and will sell off through multiple support levels. Sideways solidity in the later part of July, equal amounts of bulls and bear inflow and outflow, and there we should have kind of like a flattening out near the July low. Looks like the July low is probably in the later part of July. In early August, we have a period of volatility that ends with a fast sudden move higher, taking us into a significant rally into the August high, and a full card opportunity at the August low. So we probably have a failed attempt to break through key resistance there near the August high towards the later part of August, and then a sharp drop through key support into a full card opportunity. So probably a lot of price change to the downside into that full card. The other alternate there is that we're coming out of a full card opportunity around the cusp of July, August with a big move to the upside into that. It's probably the first of those two, but we should see a significant move to the upside out of the August low. There's some sort of tricky chart behavior around the cusp of August, September, so be mindful of that. A little hard to determine exactly what it is. Likely it's to not chase a decline, most likely. In the early part of September, we have a crest that we sell off from down to and through support, and then we do a U-shaped reversal below that support, come back and reuse it as support for a little bit. There's a significant move to the upside into a September peak, mid-September. Quite a lot of volatility near that September peak, and also another big unexpected move to the upside into that September peak. Looks like we've got a trough in the later part of September with another big move to the upside, pushing the upper end of a range higher around the cusp of September, October. That's followed by, in early October, a sharp decline. It's most likely going to be like a decline that's like more than just silver, but probably like metals in general. I'm picking up some sort of connection here between early October's decline and either some sort of headwinds that were highlighted in later June or near the June low, or it might be connected to the June low, like the same price level. There's some sort of connection there. I'm sure as 2025, we transpire through 2025, it'll become clearer and clearer as we move towards it. At the October high, there's a rally into key resistance, and then shortly thereafter, a move back down, probably further down than where the rally started. A period of volatility in the later part of October with a sharp drop that'll stand out in that period of volatility. And the October low, matter of fact, there you go. The October low is a revisiting of a support level with sideways rotation and a sharp drop in that period of sideways rotation. It also has indications of the lower end of a range being highlighted there on a multi-year scale. So it's very likely that we're seeing the same low, or the same price level, I should say, as what we saw for June's low. And then there's an important technical price level on a multi-year scale highlighted in early November with a big move out of a decline from the bottom of a range, taking us to the top of a range to meet that important price level, where we do sideways rotation temporarily at the November high. We're bound by a range in November as well. Looks like near the November low, which should be near the later part of November. And there's notable decline into the November low. I'm advised not to chase that decline, instead buy into the dip. A lot of price change in early December involved with it, having something to do with an important support level on a 1-year chart scale minimum. We also have a resistance level highlighted there in early December that we've failed to break through many times before, and a prominent trough on a 1-year chart scale. Oh, there's also a prominent trough on a 1-year chart scale within close time proximity to the November high. The December high, we had bumping along resistance sideways, probably breaking through and then bumping along more resistance sideways. We have a failed attempt to break through key resistance in the later part of December. It'll be this resistance we expect to break through. Instead, we'll turn around with decline through key support. And there's a fake out near the December low. It's an intentional fake out or shakeout of some kind. So be very careful. Usually it's like some sort of falsely triggered indicator, or like a, something that they want us to do the wrong thing to try to push us around at that time. So be very mindful of that. We end the year with the trade opportunity I'll talk about in the total access subscription. And then the sneak preview for 2026, there should be a notable rally on a 1-year chart scale minimum that ends with a fast sudden move higher and then a breakdown through a diagonal trend line with increasing volatility on the way down. Now, I'm going to give you one of the best trades that I see for 2025. But before I do that, let's take a look at 2024 and see how we did. All right, so looking at this silver 2024 reading, we had a high here, a high side for the year here in November, and it looks like that we pretty much nailed that right on the cusp there, like November. At the end, like right on the cusp of October, November, right there. We had a highest high here actually in October, and a highest high in November. And you can see October, November, right? As far as the lowest lows, we expected a lowest low here in August. It didn't end up being a lowest low for the year if you count in the very, very beginning of the year. But sometimes that will happen with these readings, because after like the first month, like it's not even relevant anymore. This really ended up being the lowest after, like the second lowest, or the most prominent low throughout the year, if you will. So it's pretty solid. And then we had this opportunity to, yeah, it looks like in July, off of this peak here, which was close to a highest high, there was a notable move to the downside. We had opportunity to open up a short and close the short in the beginning of August 2nd. Boom, that would have been a solid trade. You likely would have opened up a long position at that time as well, which you could have closed in the, if you wanted to be really, really quick about it, you could have closed in the end of August as indicated here, and that would have been a solid trade. Or you could have waited until September, October. I mean, these are solid trades, guys. We were just off a little bit as far as the lowest low there. But we pretty much nailed the highest highs and the trades and all that stuff, guys. Anybody that has the total access subscription has access to the 2025 silver reading, which is obviously coming out any day here as we record it. Anybody that had the 2024 knew about these trades. We have highest highs here in the end of 2024. It looks like a pretty notable decline commencing at the end of 2024 into sideways rotation, then another failed attempt to break through resistance, followed by a decline through key support. So probably a solid place to get out on like a multi-year scale, although I'm sure you can make money in the future. Just this is a good peak on a multi-year scale to exit out. So this stuff all looks really, really solid. And if you're wondering, the 2024 silver reading was created on September 24th, 2023, 11:14 p.m., guys. Long time ago. All right, guys, I'm going to give you one of the best trades that I see for the year of 2025. It's important to understand that not every trade is going to be good, guys. We're like 95% roughly of our trades are winners. So you have to be mindful of that. Don't be foolish and bet the house. Slow and steady. What's the rush? If we've got that kind of accuracy, you don't need to rush. Just take your time. It's less stress, and you make money faster, believe me. So keep that in mind. I don't recommend trading based on this information. It's supposed to be only for entertainment purposes. If you insist on trading it, I highly recommend avoiding the trade if the chart behavior that I'm about to describe leading into the entry point does not come to fruition as expected. If it does, leading into the entry, then that would be an indication that it's probably a good trade. But even so, what you really want, guys, is the live Discord trade alerts and live updated trading view charts, part of Total Access. I'll show you how to get that at the end of the video. All right, so there's an entry into a long position around the cusp of January, February. There's an exit from that long position in early to mid-February for significant gain. Now, I'm going to give you the chart behavior that leads into the entry point. If this chart behavior does not transpire as expected, avoid this trade. It doesn't mean that the whole reading will be bad. When we're wrong on something, usually it's just a little teensy piece of a reading, for those of you that are new. There's a prominent peak and a prominent trough, it looks like in early January. So we should have a notable rally on a 1-year chart scale into a peak, a prominent peak on 1-year chart scale, probably around the end of the first week or the beginning of the second week. And then there's a halting of a rally marked by a sharp decline through key support. That probably takes us into a trough. But my sense is that what happens is we rally into the peak, and then we do some sideways rotation around the January high, attempting to establish support there. That turns into a significant drop or a sideways fluctuating decline with a sharp drop probably in it, taking us into a trough in the very beginning of April. Now, that trough is where you would enter in, right? It'll be after sideways rotation, a sharp drop, You want to enter into and it'll be a lowest low thus far. You want to enter into a long position and hold that long position. That decline will end with a fast sudden move higher and a big move reaching for distant resistance, taking us into a high for February, possibly a highest high thus far as well. But you'll want to close out of it there in February. At the February high, you'll want to close out of that long. Now, if you miss that opportunity to close out of the long, the next opportunity would be probably around the cusp of February, March. In which case, we should have a notable move to the upside again, giving you some opportunity there. But again, rule of thumb when trading SO Meta, always go with the first exit. There's plenty of trades. There's more and more opportunity. Never get into the habit of thinking, oh, well, should I, is this the max gain? Like, forget about that stuff. You get in and out, entry, exit, enter low, exit high. That's all you worry about, all right? All right, so that's one of the best trades, guys. To get the remainder, the timing of the high side, the lowest low, as well as the remaining trades and all of those Discord and TradingView services. And that's silver for 2025. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, or thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Most importantly, make sure to follow that rule of karma. It's super important. It's the whole purpose of the channel. If you want to maximize those gains and see those gains come in regularly, you must be following the rule of karma, my friends. Plus, I know who you are when you do that. Probably know who you are when you don't do that, too. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to get that total access subscription. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, guys, I've been talking a lot about the total access pass. If you're interested in stepping it up a notch with the channel, really following through on some of these more long-term trades and making some serious dough, the reason being is that it's more effective information when you have me helping to guide you along with it. I've been doing this for 25 years now. So the live Discord trade alerts and the updated TradingView charts, huge part of the importance of the total access pass, and that gives you access to all of that stuff. So the way that you get it, you go to our website, tarotfortraders.com, hover over order now, click on subscriptions. It's under subscriptions. It's not actually subscription. It's kind of like the upgrade from our monthly subscription to the total access pass. This is $3,000 for a year of access, and it gives you, basically, it gives you access to everything on the site. All of the one-year readings, all of the trades, which is like something like 50, 20, 25 one-year readings, and it's October. There's going to be more. You know, all of those trades and alerts and the charts for that, as well as the monthly access with the monthly readings by the day for all of those top popular tickers in crypto, all of that stuff, and then even access to the paid versions of our altcoin ticker, our altcoin picker readings and our stock market picker readings for 2025. All that stuff, guys, all of that stuff, total access pass, 1 year payment. And what you're doing is you're helping the channel to kind of like, what we're looking to do is and what you're helping to do, guys, is help fund the channel throughout 2025 by throwing that dough our way. We work night and day. You can look at the times of these videos to help you out and to spread the message that you can use extrasensory perception practically and regularly in the real world with effectiveness. We're doing it every single day, and this is proof. You're a big part of that. Without you, we couldn't do it. So bless and thank you for everybody that goes ahead and does that. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see some of you on the total access version, where we get into the best trades and the timing of the highs and the lows. Later.